Hello and welcome to another Sunday update video, which happens to be on Christmas. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and all of that stuff. And thank you for watching in these busy times. Now, last time, in the last Sunday update, I told you that I had moved from Switzerland to Romania into a new home, into a completely different country. And as promised, this time I want to tell you about why I made this decision and why I moved here. Now, as you can imagine, it's kind of a long story, and I don't want to make this a super long video, so let me just give you the top 2 reasons for this move. Now, the first one is very simply that I was planning to, and this might still happen, I was planning to maybe build up a small office here with a few developers working for me to create a few cool software type thingies, products and services and whatnot. Now, there have been some changes, some recent changes that may mean that this doesn't actually happen, but at any rate, there are very qualified programming, developing people here that can be hired for very reasonable prices, as opposed to Switzerland, where they are incredibly expensive because the wages are so high. So that was one of the reasons I came here. The second reason is much more important and is also, I think, more relevant to you personally. And that is that I simply wanted to completely change my surroundings, to essentially force change in my life. You see, this is something I've done before several times. I don't really believe in resolutions. I don't really believe in the kind of thing where you proclaim, okay, this is what I want to change about my life, starting now or starting next year or something like that. Because as you probably know, that usually doesn't work out. What I do instead is I always try to find a way to create a physical change in the world around me that almost forces me to stick to my resolution. So, for example, something I did a while back is I used to spend a lot of time playing video games. And at some point it got out of hand, or at least I felt like I was wasting too much of my time playing video games when I could have been and wanted to be doing more productive stuff. So instead of just telling myself, okay, I'm going to cut back, or making a resolution to stop playing video games or something like that, what I did is I deleted all of them off of my computer. I sold all of the discs I had. I sold all of my, or I gave away, I had like a steering wheel to play racing games. I gave that away. I basically removed everything video game related from my life, so that now there was suddenly a void. The hours that I used to play video games, there was suddenly this void, and this had to be filled with something else. I had to do something with that time. And this forced me to stop wasting the time that I was used to wasting on video games, and forced me to fill those hours with something new. And it's a lot easier to fill that void with something more productive than to try and play less video games when they're still right there for you. Okay, so that's the principle. Now, again, I was at a point where I got into this trot. You know how you can get into this trot where like every day seems the same as the last day. You kind of just fall into this rhythm, and that can be a good thing, but it can also be a thing where you just lose momentum and lose productivity. And that's what I was feeling like in my old home, in my office, and so on. And I had to move out of the apartment anyway, and the easy choice would have been to move to a place close to where I was living before, to a different, more suitable apartment, but basically keep everything else the same city, same kind of region, same everything. But I decided to do the opposite of that and just move completely out of the country, something I've never done before, to move somewhere, a completely new environment, never been here. I don't speak the language yet. To just completely change everything about my surroundings, because that consequently makes it easier, or almost forces me to also make changes in my life, and to kind of readjust and recalibrate my life, and gives this whole project of getting more momentum again kind of a kickstart. So that was really the main reason I moved, and that's also what I want to, with the new year approaching and everyone making resolutions, this is the number one thing I want to recommend you to do, is that whatever change you would like to see in your life personally, or also relating to your business, don't just make a resolution. Find something in the world around you. Find some physical changes you can make. get rid of something, put something out of your reach completely, or make some kind of another change. I mean, I'm not telling you to move to a different country. That might be a bit of a radical change, but find some physical change you can make that almost forces you to stick with your resolutions instead of just making resolutions and having that be all you do. All right, so that's my little end of the year tip for you, and I hope you can make some good stuff happen. Now, as a quick closing note, I have a few blog posts and reviews queued up that will be published pretty soon. I'll probably wait until January. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to cram them in when most people are probably busy, doing other stuff with the festivities going on. There's definitely more stuff coming. I'm definitely going to do some kind of an end of the year, looking back at the year post, and but I'll probably keep the reviews for January. But as always, more stuff is coming. Also, if you signed up to the free trial of SE Cockpit, we'll be sending out a cool special offer for that in just a few days, definitely before January. And if you haven't signed up for it yet, we'll keep that offer, the free trial for SE Cockpit, open for a few more days, and I'll put the link below this video as well. So that's my little Christmas present. In a sense, you can get this free trial to SE Cockpit for a few days. All right, and that's all I have to say. So as I said, happy holidays, and I wish you and yours a great time. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.